Frequency bro, yo, we run in the yard. Futuristic type of flow, yo, we run in the yard. Opposition is on the go, yo, we run in the yard. Blow for blow, toe to toe, yo, we run in the yard. Frequency pro, yo, we run in the yard. Futuristic type of flow, yo, we run in the yard. Opposition is on the go, yo, we run in the yard. Blow for blow, toe to toe, yo, we run in the yard.
Man, if it's one thing I just simply cannot stand, it's interrupting my show before the festivities even get kicked off. Nah. You stay right there. You are in the right place at the right time. Because by doing that, you just place yourself in my opening bout. And that bout is a triple threat matchup with two competitors out of your division, which means we kicking off things right about now.
The following contest is an elimination match. Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 211 pounds, Mitchell Blade. And from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 216 pounds, the Alliance Zone Impact Champion, Demon Cruz.
Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry about that, party people. Having a bit of technical difficulties with my microphone, but anyway, we are here because Champ running his big mouth before the festivities even got going pressured me into boosting this matchup to teach this dude a lesson. And if you are just tuning in, welcome into DC Live and Direct Frequency Pro Wrestling. A triple threat elimination match out of Aries God of War division. So who do you think will win this contest? Help me out here tonight. Put A for Champ, B for the Demon, and C for Mitch in the chat if you think your guy's gonna win. Anyhow, one heck of a day, and this one at the beginning personifies it. But the frequency is up and we're gonna get through this unscathed and scarred. Is that hot sauce spilling from the head of Champ? As I'm running my mouth, yes! Champ is busted open like a tomato as he goes for a pinfall attempt on Mitch. With last week's loss to W.A.W, the ripple effect has begun a new shift in the Stormbreakers era as Mitch goes for a pinfall on Champ. And now he's focusing in on the Demon, yeah. Total realignment of the division ever since that gigantic win from W.A.W last week, and it looks like Champ is going home early as Mitch with the cover, but Champ kicks out and then Mitch is hit with a missile drop kick. The Demon is everywhere in this contest except for protecting the back of his head from the punishment that Mitch is issuing out here in the first matchup of the evening. 6 monumental matchups on the card as Champ with the hot sauce flowing tries to get a cover, but he can't. And the match wages on. Can you stick to both competitors by the Demon? But Mitch with a knee strike silences the noise. The Demon not faring so well, and we got another case
Hot sauce drip.
of hot sauce dripping from the head of the Demon this time. Mitch with the shattered dreams on the Demon and went for a pinfall attempt, but nothing. And Champ misses everything up on the breakup. Don't know why he's breaking it up. This is an elimination style matchup. Maybe his instincts are all due to the fact that he is flowing
Hot sauce drip.
from the head. And if you are just tuning into this portion of the show right about now, help us out with the like, shares, and hitting the sub button. Once again, we have the Demon front and center to answer the question, is he unstoppable? Last week, I bet on him, and he came up a tad bit short. But he's looking to get back on the win track as he goes for a pinfall attempt on Mitch, only a 2 count. The Demon still has work to do on little Mitch. As he sets Champion Boy up for a inverted suplex and electric chair drop position. And Mitch ends it with a club to the back of the Demon as he goes to put him up out of here. Demon Blue is still in effect in this contest, party people. We still have our 3 competitors that we started with. Nobody kicked up out of this one yet. Demon trying to shake some sense back into his skull after suffering a wound that has him bleeding hot sauce all over the ring. As Champ doing damage to Mitch. And a Demon tried to sneak one in. The Champ counters it with a knee to the gut of the Demon. Who's going to be the first one to be eliminated in this contest? As Champ is standing tall over everyone and goes for a pinfall attempt on the Champ. The Demon kicks out. And for being a dumbass and yelling at the referee, Mitch breaks a kendo stick over the back of the head of Mitch. And now he gets in full range to go one-on-one with the Demon for a minute without any interference. Too bad he don't have eyes in the back of his head, or he would have saw that coming. Straight up club to the back of the skull. Has now given Champ the advantage, and he's slinging Mitch around like yesterday's garbage. Hold on a second, a dragon corkscrew by Mitch, and down goes one half of Eye Candy. Shout out to Eye Candy. I know that brothers sometimes squab with each other, but still, that's no reason for a bum like Champ to come out here and interrupt my show like he did at the beginning. Hopefully he'll go home with a loss. And one of these dudes are sitting home with something to think about. And he's throwing hot sauce and the Demon back in charge on the outside as he has Mitch in the Dragon Slayer.
Has been eliminated.
And Mitch taps out, and now it is only Champ and the Demon squaring it off one-on-one. Champ eats the steps with the help of the Demon, and the Demon gets away to get himself a breather and to pick up a steel chair. One Champ coming right in and setting the Demon up for a forward power slam and going for a pinfall attempt. Just like that, it is a wrap. Champ over the Demon and Mitch. Champ with one hell of a victory over Mitch, Blade, and Demon Blue here in matchup number 1, party people. All right, stay close. We got some heavy hitters coming up next in matchup number 2 here tonight, live and direct in DC.
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
All right, y'all, we are resetting the energy up in this piece. After that hellified triple threat matchup, can't believe the Demon dropped 2 in a row. Anyhow, we get ready and we getting set for 2 dudes and ready to tear each other's heads off. KC Reed and Killer T here on your whoop-ass Wednesday. Shout out to Blaze for stopping by. What up, homie? How you doing?
Kansas, weighing in at 242 pounds, the Alliance Zone World Champion, KC Reed.
KC Reed in the house here in matchup number 2, 16 wins, 22 losses. The Zeus's crown champion And the last time we saw him, he was falling to the hands of Killer T, his competitor in this one here tonight. So the question is, as he has his 84th day at the helm of Frequency Pro Wrestling, is he gonna fall again to his challenger? Speaking of, the Beast You Can't Cage in the house here in DC.
Mississippi, weighing in at 290 pounds, Miller T.
One time for your mind killer T. Here in DC for all to see. Multiple championships since being on the brand as he makes his way to the ring. And the last time we saw him get down for the crown, he fell to Gary Gamer in what I consider to be a grand upset. But then again, that Gary Gamer is our resident underdog, but our overlord is right here with those multiple championships and that stellar record. Killer T in the house. All right, y'all, this one is a head-to-head matchup before these two square it off at PHYXIUS next week at 8 p.m. sharp, and KC Reed is sharp and quick as they hiccup to try to pull Killer T out of here in the early going of this matchup. 84 days, Reed, which means KC Reed finds himself 16 days short of that automatic rematch clause as he goes for a pinfall attempt. Killer T with a kick out. Here our rematches are automatic if you hold the title over. If you hold the title for 100 days. Excuse me. Kind of tongue-tied, y'all. Y'all know how it get, but anyway, KC Reed still dominating this matchup. No holds barred falls count anywhere. Victor Sokolov overseeing the festivities in this one as the boys brawl outside of the softness, the more comfortable squared circle. They'd rather get a go at it out here. And you see why, because everything on the outside of the ring is hard indeed. Beat the heck out of your opponent using everything in your weight. Luring back into the ring and then get the 3 count. Killer T taking the bat away from KC Reed and giving him a dose of weaponry. Getting him a tad bit familiar with Barbie. And I haven't decided what type of matchup I'm going to put these two in. But whatever it's going to be, I guarantee you it's going to be one hell of a matchup. Simply for the fact that they're going to be fighting it out for the Zeus's Crown Championship. KC Reed wishy-washy on what to do with Killer T, and finally finds a use for his forehead up against the apron. As Reed looking, hunting and gathering, and he comes out with a stop sign. But Killer T invokes that frequency curse, and he don't get to use it as he's on his back now. Getting pinned by Killer T. Referee out of position only. Hey, 1 count. Not even a 1 count. It was a 0 count. Killer T was in prime position to get off his pile driver, but KC Reed with a reversal and almost took him out as a result. Reed relentless, as if he's attempting to send Killer T a message. And he does in the form of a DDT as he goes for a pinfall attempt to count. Referee right down the middle on that one. Perfect positioning. Excellent pin count. As Killer T turns the tide after the usage of that stop sign from KC Reed. But Reed seems to be one step ahead of Killer T as he hits him with his palm handle slam and goes for a pinfall attempt. Not enough to put out the former champion, Killer T. Reed has been at least a model champion at his reign, focusing only on defending that title. As he has garnered himself a couple of nice wins over the past couple of months, whence holding that Zeus's Crown Championship right into the arms of Reed goes T. And the Biloxi Big Bad is simply getting manhandled here in matchup number 2. Manhandling continues as he's tossing Killer T around as if he is an amateur. And it's his first night on the brand. Kabaya with the shoulder into the ring post, and Reed is definitely getting the job done here. Backbreaker, or shall I say a spine breaker. And Killer T looks to be grabbing in that area in agony after those massive knees of KC Reed rips across the spine. But Killer T with a response and flips Ty once again and giving Reed a fist full of fury. And now Killer T is about to make full usage of that stop sign, although he misses, and Reed right back on him. KC Reed in prime form here tonight as he goes for a pinfall attempt. Still have ourselves a match here in matchup number 2, y'all. Instead of high capping, you need to be doing something to him and then wrapping him up for the 3 count. But Reed with his pandering to the crowd still can't get it done. Maybe you needed those couple of seconds you were flexing your muscles to put away the Biloxi Big Badass Killer T in the pinfall position. Yet he has strength enough to kick out of what would have been potentially the end of the match. As Reed attempt with the pump handle slam is countered by Killer T. Now the Biloxi Big Bad has beaten down Reed and has him downtrodden long enough to go grab himself a guitar from underneath the apron. Will he get to use it on Reed? And there it is once again, the frequency curse as Reed with the double-handed choke slam slams Killer T and heads back for some distance. Oh no, he's going back for his favorite weapon, that stop sign that has been in play most of the match, as a DDT executed to the fullest by KC Reed on Killer T. And just like that, the Biloxi Big Bad goes in on a 2-match losing streak into PHYXIUS. Here's just a precursor of things to come next week at PHYXIUS. We shall see. This time next week, anyhow, kudos to KC Reed. Matchup number 3 underway, and it's gonna be a barn stormer to say the least. So stick around here on Yo Whoop Ass Wednesday.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at KCSA.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's KCSA.com/roster spots.
Shout out to Blaze and everybody that stopped by thus far in our live stream. We got two ladies out of our Sirens division. Smokey G taking on the current champion in a non-title matchup. All right, I'll read out of our Sirens women's division. An epic clash between two of the finest.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the Good Girls. From Colorado Springs, Colorado, Smokey G.
Smokey G coming in at 4 wins, 4 losses. You see her resume. And the last time her and her partner were together, they fell to the hands of malpractice back at the unnamed event at the end of last month. Both ladies venturing off on a solo quest for championship gold and glory. Smokey G in the building, one half of the treasure. Botany Babes about to square it off here in matchup number 3.
And from Dallas, Texas, the Extreme Zone Women's Middleweight Champion, Sean Harris.
Sean Harris, the Sirens Women's Champion, 12 wins, 18 losses. And the rumor around the frequency fandom is I'm babying my champions a little too much. Like her or lump her, she has been your Sirens Women's Champion for 112 days. Which means if she, or should I say if and when she decides to lose that title, she can get an automatic rematch to try to retain it. Sean Smokey G here in DC as a champion reversed a short burst of offense from Smokey and is now showing you why she is the head of the helm in the Sirens division. Sean a bit of a technician along with Smokey, so this should be a very interesting matchup to say the least. Even though Smokey is outweighed and definitely would be out-muscled going up against the champ, who is showing you here in this one, she is not to be effed with, and she damn sure ain't no paper champion. Post to post, stem the sternum, using the body of Smokey G was Sean, and now a backdrop on her competitor. And still in the driver's seat in this one, Sean with a ground and pound here tonight As she is absolutely showing Smokey G no mercy, but as I jab her up, she gets to effing it up. And Smokey is now in control of the bout. Knocked to the back of the noggin. And May Sean has had enough and had to get the hell up out of the ring to get away from Smokey. And like she shouldn't have done, Smokey has followed May Sean, only to receive a beatdown on the outside, unforgiving territory, which is not the inside of the ring. Smokey hoisting May Sean back into the ring, but all for naught as May Sean still moving the needle on this one, but as I once again Smokey turns tide as I am giving May Sean all due respect. Wise move by Smokey going for the hamstrings of May Sean Harris. I don't know who took the turnbuckle out. Must have been Karen Majors. As Smokey with the power of the punch to the face of May Sean. And now it's giving her a dose of metal. Stay your behind on the inside of the ring if you do not want to risk injury. But they have decided to take their fight outside of the Kool-Aid jug and onto the floor. W.A.W with a backwards kick to the face of May Sean, and Smokey is looking like she is headed for a count-out victory as we are up to 7 in said count. And May Sean is looking like she's responding only for Smokey to go over the top rope and back onto her. This one is intense indeed. Smokey trying to make a name for herself in the Cyrus division, going toe-to-toe here with the champ in matchup number 3. As May Sean with the torture rack on her competitor who wiggles her way out of it. May Sean breaks leverage and the hole is released. Smokey G receiving a headbutt from the champion who is setting her up for the glam slam and goes for a pinfall attempt. Smokey there to kick out. As the crowd responds to the action, Smokey channeling their inner energy as a reverse heel kick in effect one more again, and Karen Majors is on the other side distracting the referee, and Smokey got a raw deal in that pinfall attempt. And now Smokey perched up in finish off May Sean mode, but May Sean with a counter. And now May Sean setting Smokey up for a torture rack. Will Smokey G tap out? She wiggles her way out as she did it before. Or like she had before. And now she is definitely poised and trying to win this one as a gigantic super heroin punch to the head of May Sean. Smokey G going to new heights, and she has May Sean in her sights. And May Sean hit with an elbow off of the top rope by Smokey G. Smokey is cooking, and she's about to put this one in the bag with the crossface chicken wing on May Sean, who pounds her way up out of it. And Karen Majors has been a major factor in this matchup. If May Sean is to win this one, she owes a debt of gratitude to her insurance policy, Karen Majors, who for some odd reason is giving it to the crowd as her partner in the ring goes for a pinfall on Smokey. And it is a wrap. Smokey G defeated by Mason Harris here in matchup number 3. Hell of a performance by Mason's muscle, aka her insurance policy, Karen Majors, with the assist in that victory. Yo, what is Mason doing? Mason ordering Karen Majors. Hold on, wait a second. That is a disgusting act. What the hell was that for, Karen Majors?
Before the Eye Candy Academy, I had no game. Now I make eye contact for at least 3 seconds. Thanks to coaches Champ and Tyron, I'm a high value man. Long live the Academy.
Frequency, yo, we running the yard. Futuristic type of flow, yo, we running the yard. Our position is on the go, yo, we running the yard. Blow for blow, toe to toe, yo, we running the yard. Frequency pro, yo, we running the yard.
Once again, thank you, Blaze, for stopping by, and everybody else. All-star team up between 2 champions set to take on competitors out of their respected divisions. Quincy Kareem and Danilo Pollux teaming up against Bagman Nemo and Mr. Generic. And the bell tolls are these 2 out of the Aries God of War division going head to head with one another. Mr. Generic, the subject of some controversy as of late, because he lost a matchup between KC Reed, or should I say to KC Reed, where the referee did not see his hand extended to the ropes to break up the pinfall count, only to turn around and to win a match in that fashion. Talk about poetic justice. Mr. Generic's fate as of late personifies just that, as his competitor out of his division has handled him well and tags in Danilo Pollux out of the Mercury's moniker division. And him and El Nemo are set to square it off. In fact, both, or should I say all 4 competitors, will be involved in a championship match of sorts at PHYXIUS. And if you want to know what's going down with them after this matchup, we have a promo to let you know. As a team of Nemo and Mr. Generic are in the forefront as of yet, but Danilo turns tide in the form of a leg lock on Mr. Generic, who busted up with a couple of knuckles to the face of Danilo. And stick around, because after this matchup, in regards to matches, another epic battle between 2 top tag teams here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. Or should I say, one veteran squad going up against a rising tag team here as of the late, as Bagman Nemo goes for a pinfall attempt on Danilo. And I have to do a little bit more work to the unbreakable Ukrainian, who breaks Bagman Nemo down and went for a 1 count only on that pinfall attempt. Nemo getting dominated, and Danilo Pollux If one thing you have to say to his credit, he is a quick study. Maybe that loss to Nemo back at the first of the month has him focused and ready to relieve Bagman Nemo of that Mercury's moniker championship, as Danilo with a bridge pin on the A2 count. And the Bagman still has a little bit more life inside of him. And in our main event, I forgot to mention, y'all, we got us a good old Brotherhood Tag Team Championship matchup. The Atari Brothers take on Primal Surge in our main event as well. And if you are just tuning in at this point, you know what to do. Help us out with the free stuff. Nice double shoulder block by Danilo and Quinn Kareem, but Bagman Nemo turns the tide for a bit, only for it to have reversed back in the favor of Quincy Kareem. Quinn Kareem with a quick kick to the face of Mr. Generic. And maybe he's trying to let him know that in regards to that championship matchup this weekend, he definitely wants to be involved. Yeah, that Hellas Hybrid and the Ares God of War Championship division, you liable to get a triple threat, fatal four-way, a funky five, or a six-pack in regards to championship matchups. I will not hesitate to empty out the division as we have transformed those belts into transition belts. If you are a competitor in those divisions and you happen to win that title 3 times, you are automatically ascended to a higher division of my choice, as Quincy Kareem goes for a pinfall attempt. Him and Danilo still have to finish the task, even though they have been impressive thus far in this matchup. And right on cue, the pendulum swings in the favor of Bagman Nemo and Mr. Generic. Speaking of Nemo, quick tag in by his partner, Mr. Generic, as Quincy being set up for one of those explosive moves by Bagman Nemo, a dynamic acrobatic arm drag takedown, and he goes to finish this one off. And it is only a 1 count. A little bit more you have to pull out of the store to put away Quincy Kareem, as they are doing a very good job of isolating Kareem. It's a double Irish whip, and now they give their competitors a double shoulder block. But hold on a second, hot tag by Quincy Kareem, and in comes Danilo Pollux with that swinging backstabber on Mr. Generic as he goes for a pinfall attempt on him. And just like that, wrap it up, party people. Danilo and Quinn Kareem with a victory. Yes, and if this is a foretelling as to what just might happen next week at PHYXIUS, we might have ourselves 2 brand new champions after that promotion is done. All right, party people, stick around, cause in matchup number 5, DDP takes on the 2 Bad Nurses next on your Wolf Ass Wednesday. All right, everybody, mad apologies. I thought I had the promo queued up, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. 6-man elimination match for the Aries God of War title going on next week, Wednesday night at PHYXIUS at 8 p.m. sharp. So be there or be square after this live stream. The thumbnail will be posted, and you can set your bell notifications. Oh my goodness. 4 titles on the line that night. So, once again, PHYXIUS, check us out next week at 8 p.m. sharp on the 27th of May. The festivities will begin. So enough of me yapping. Let's get on with the scrapping and back to matchup number 5. Championships. All right, everybody, you see the names of the teams that are about to go in to battle here in matchup number 5, just before our main events. And it goes a little something like this. This is the definition of bringing the pain like 2 bad nurses. The pain from these here mammy flipping verses. Ridiculous thirst involving hearses. Washington District of Criminals, I give you malpractice, baby. Yeah!
And their opponents, The Order.
Malpractice. And the last time we saw them, they were gaining the number 1 contender spot for the Queens of Chaos Tag Team Championships. As they make their way to the ring, excuse me, I get in awe whenever they come out. I get hyped up. They are multiple tag team champions to boot. In fact, they went on a very lengthy run when they had another member of their family involved in the crew. They went on a Fighting Furies run. So they have all those accolades under their belts, and they're about to go up against a somewhat rising tag team here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. The Dissonant Dog Pound and Malpractice about to square it out here in matchup number 5, y'all. This one is going to be worth the price of admission. As you saw the win-loss records for both teams, these two actually have a bit of history involving one another, as DDP defeated Malpractice in a 2-on-2 bout back at New Year's Eve, our kickoff for 2026. And it was a very impressive feat. Can they repeat? Or will they go down to Malpractice here in matchup number 5?
That's a good time.
Big Dog Bevo Bannon desperately needing to tag in her partner Geraldine, as Malpractice has switched and Rosetta is into the fold. The powerhouse of Malpractice and her sadistic brand of offense absolutely nullifies an opponent. And if Bev O'Bannon does not watch out, she might fall victim to that thunderous choke slam of Rosetta's. Leg whip by Bev O'Bannon. Didn't get a 1 count. As I told you, these two from the Dissonant Dog Pound will not back down to the challenge of Malpractice. The number 1 contenders for the Fighting Furies Championships, the Dissonant Dog Pound, they are very, or should I say, they are a very formidable team. Already with Geraldine and Bev O'Bannon. And when you add in the likes of a captain like Becca Sue, you make for one devastating trio. As Mood Swings have to watch out for those three, as Rosetta with a thunderous slam on Bev O'Bannon. Geraldine gets her first action, but it's only to break up her partner and not get in there and get her hands dirty here in this one. Malpractice doing a very good job of separating Bev O'Bannon from tagging in Geraldine. And you can see it's taking a toll on the big dog as Rosetta setting up Bev O'Bannon to hit her with the tombstone and go for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count in this one. Bev O'Bannon showing shades of fortitude and kicking out with that one. And right back to surgery. Rosetta goes. Leg drop to the neck of Bev O'Bannon. And like I said it before, and it will not be overstated until it happens, she has to tag in Geraldine Phillips. She's not going to be able to take on the likes of Malpractice all on her lonesome. Maybe this is a chance for her to get some separation, and yes, she does tag in Geraldine Phillips. And Geraldine walks into the wrath of Malpractice. Another tag in by the 2 bad nurses, and in comes Red and takes down Geraldine, the fresher of the 2 from the Dissonant Dog Pound. As being on the apron served to be a bad spot for Geraldine. Nurse Red thrusts her outside, and now Geraldine right back in to a backstabber from Nurse Red, who goes aerial and hits Geraldine with a bulldog in the center of the ring. Malpractice, DDP going at it. Both #1 contenders battling it out here in matchup number 5. Who's gonna win it? We'll see when we get back from this brief non-commercial break.
This is Kivana Rossetti, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
This is Zoned Out Ziggy from the Eye Candy Academy. And when life dropkicks your dreams, remember this.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Geraldine Phillips into the fold. After a long-awaited tag-in, is making best of her opportunity to be in there against Malpractice, as she is handling Nurse Red quite well at the moment. Firewoman's carry into a forward slam as Geraldine tries to get it done. Only a 2 count. Bev O'Bannon looking rested as Geraldine has been to work for a lengthy amount of time. And like I always do, I mess up the stew by throwing in compliments. Geraldine Phillips setting up for a springboard bulldog. Oh Nurse Red. Now it looks like the tide has turned as to Red being the one who desperately needs to get in and tag her partner into this contest. Rosetta there to break up a pinfall attempt. And Red still can't get enough distance away from her and Geraldine. And now Bev O'Bannon for her to tag in her partner. A miss with the missile drop kick by Bev O'Bannon, and now Nurse Red has awakened with a thunderous kaboom in the form of that German suplex that she executed. And now having herself a second win of sorts as she hits Geraldine with a moonsault and still continues to fight it out inside of the ring. Instead of tagging in Rosetta, sizing up Geraldine, who is perched on the apron. And now she hits her with a rope stunner. And out the ring goes Geraldine, and now Nurse Red, instead of tagging in Rosetta, because she knows she can't do this one by herself, she goes after Bev O'Bannon. And I guess this will be a sufficient enough rest time for Nurse Red. And it didn't look, or it doesn't look like it's paid off, as Geraldine comes in and gains control immediately after being outside, getting herself a breather. Hulking up the crowd here in Washington, D.C., and Geraldine looks to be mounting a fury of offense on Nurse Rosetta, who is awaiting a tag in from Nurse Red. I guess that's one way to nullify her ability to tag in a fresher opponent. As Geraldine catches Nurse Red and hits her with a German bridge suplex, only a 2 count. Rosetta nowhere to be found, and Nurse Red is all by her lonesome at the moment. Doing quite well against 2 competitors, but I know in the back of her mind she is thinking, I got to get out of here and get a rest and get Rosetta in to clean up this mess. As Bev O'Bannon whipped into the enemy corner. And now Nurse Red with a diving arm drag takeover on Bev O'Bannon, aka the old school. And now bye-bye goes Bev. And Red finally tags in her partner, Rosetta. And Rosetta looking like she's remembering that crap that Geraldine put out on her. And Geraldine wisely uses the ropes. But to no avail, as still Rosetta gets some payback as far as with Geraldine Phillips. Now Bev O'Bannon and Rosetta duking it out on the outside as Rosetta looks to be setting Bev up for a tombstone pile driver. And down goes the big dog as Rosetta is struggling to get up herself. We're up to a 6 count, and Geraldine looks like she is about to run interference for her squad. Rosetta back in the ring as Bev O'Bannon gets up and in and avoids a 10 count. We were up to a 9 3/4 count as Bev O'Bannon with a burst of energy out of nowhere with a sidewalk slam that almost put Rosetta up out of here. But still, one half of the 2 bad nurses is as tough as nails as Bev O'Bannon, confused as to what to do seeming as no matter what she does, she cannot put away Rosetta. As we have the action split between inside and outside of the ring, Bev O'Bannon gets herself a breather and is now still finding herself in a state of confusion as to what to do with Rosetta. Being indecisive like that might just cost them the matchup. Tag in to Geraldine Phillips, and now a double Irish whip into a double shoulder block by the dissonant dog pounding Geraldine Phillips out of nowhere with the rump shaker to the face of Rosetta. And just like that, party people, it is a wrap here in match up number 5. They are on a roll indeed. And second, they have themselves a future title shot. Anyway, y'all, main event time. Defend their Brotherhood Championship. Tag team titles against Primal Surge. Thank you, Blade. Thank you, Monstar Entertainment. Thank you, Beastie Goat. Stopping by and lighting up the chat, big baby. Frequency Pro sending you a big shout out here in the main event. All right, tag team action in our main event before we get up out of here.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match and is for the Extreme Alliance Zone Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 447 pounds. Power and glory.
Power Surge winning this opportunity by defeating 2 other teams in a triple threat tornado tag team bout 2 weeks ago. And they are here to take up that claim of the title shot. 8 wins, 6 losses by Primal Surge, former Midwest Tag Team Champions. They are so special, they had a custom-made belt just for them, and then they lost them later on. Anyway, Atari Brothers in the crib in DC. What you got for me?
The champions at a combined weight of 418 pounds. The Extreme Alliance Zone Tag Team Champions, the Brotherhood.
The Atari Brothers on a bit of a tear coming in, winning their last 3 competitions. And the latest of the 3 was a victory over W.A.W back in April. Knock it off with the Vic Vega. Babies, his champions. I know it. I'm a victim of it. So what? Anyhow, the Atari Brothers Primal Surge here in our main event. Before we get out of here and on our way to PHYXIUS, let's get it, y'all. All right, party people, one thing that I despise about this game is the inconsistency. But anyway, enough about that. That right there is what it is all for, party people. The Brotherhood Tag Team Championships. Two teams equally matched. And the match begins. Tornado Tag Team style. Here in our main event as the powerhouses for both teams lock up. And now it's back to a cross style matchup. Speed and agility of the Atari brothers working on the power of Power Surge in Gorilla Gates. And now we have ourselves a more evenly matched contest as Jabari linking up with the Gorilla. And it might be wise for both brothers to get their shots in while he is in there on the solo, and Petey is shaking the cobwebs out of his noggin. But instead they pair up, and Jabari immediately goes and hits Petey with a DDT. He was already shaking some sense back into his head, and then he's hit with a DDT. And he must have taken exception to that, as he is turned the tide in his matchup against Jabari Atari and the Gorilla. Has Nazari as a non-participant at the moment. Both members of Power Surge getting their work on, and they're on a quest for these Brotherhood Tag Team Championships as a pinfall. That was definitely at least a 2.5 count. Referee out of position and couldn't get that one in effect, or we might just have us some brand new champions in Power Surge. Petey with a backdrop on Jabari. And Nazari has waken up and throws the Gorilla into the steps to let him know that he knows that he is a participant in this matchup. A hockey stick wielded to the grill of the Gorilla. And can the ref get in there in time and make a count? No. Both teams feeling the result of a referee being out of position. So one can say this is a even Stevens matchup as Gorilla Gates on Jabari Atari for a pinfall attempt, only a 2 count in this one and done tornado style tag team matchup for the Brotherhood Tag Team titles. Jabari, a temporary non-factor, and his brother, who was distracted, is hit by the Gorilla, but Nazari has enough whereabouts to get up and away from that splash attempted by Gorilla Gates, as Jabari wakes up only to receive another knee strike that made putting the bed. And his brother might have to carry the load and bring it home for him here in our main event, party people. If you are just tuning in now, hit the like, share, and sub button. After all, it costs you nothing. As Gorilla Gates gets it in on Jabari Atari, Nazari comes from behind and takes advantage of the distracted Gorilla Gates. And Jabari setting Gorilla Gates up for the code breaker. And he goes for a pinfall attempt as hot sauce is spilling from the mask of Gorilla Gates. His partner receives a DDT inside of the ring from Jabari Atari. As he set Jabari up, and now Petey spilling hot sauce inside of the ring as Jabari going to the unfriendly skies and coming down off the top rope with an elbow drop on Petey Powers and goes for a pinfall attempt. Gorilla there, did he break it up? No, Gorilla Gates is out there in time enough to break up the pinfall. Atari Brothers retain.
Your winners, and still Extreme Alliance Zone Tag Team Champions, the Brotherhood.
One hell of a victory way to close this one out. The Atari Brothers with another successful title defense of the Brotherhood tag team titles here on your whoop ass Wednesday. Nothing to see here live and direct in DC. Thank you for having us. And don't take it personal with the jokes that I crack on DC. Anyway, it's our nation's capital. Who are we if we cannot make fun of our leaders and our government? Anyway, Vic Vega with a closing promo, and then we out of here, and we will see you all at PHYXIUS next week. Peace! Hey, yo, security. Whoops, my bad. Looks like you're already on it. All right, thank you everybody for stopping by and checking us out here. And remember, after this live stream is concluded, I will be posting the thumbnail for our month-ending event for the month of May called PHYXIUS. Once again, next week at the same time, 8 p.m. sharp. And keep your eyes glued to the channel because we might do a pre-show before we kick off the festivities. Anyway, we are the home where every view is viral because we are not entitled to your viewership, but when you give it to us, it is deeply appreciated. And remember, every day above ground is a good day because you are here on the planet able to fight through all of your adversities and create yourself a brand new reality in this messed up world that we living in. So until next week, we will see you at bell time, y'all. Good night, and thank you, DC, for having us. Peace.